If there's a lesson to be learned from today's show for you men watching, it's this. If you have a bachelor party and there's a stripper there and you do things you aren't supposed to do, don't take pictures and don't videotape it. You'll meet a man today whose fiancée left him for good after seeing this videotape from a bachelor party. Well, we obviously couldn't show you a lot of it, but we have more of that tape, which we'll show later in the show. We'll talk to that man on the tape in a few minutes, but first, meet Christy Ledford. She called off her wedding to Ramsey after she saw a videotape of his bachelor party. And Ramsey's best friend, Kenny Falcone, who threw the party last summer, says Christy overreacted. Overreacted to what? What'd you see on the tape?
Well, first it starts out with Ramsey and Kenny and some of the other guys talking about what they're going to do when the stripper gets there, which I can't really say on TV. And then the stripper does get there, and she proceeds to take Ramsey's clothes off down to his boxers, and she gets completely naked, lays him down on the floor, and dances above him. Above him. And
you had no idea any of this was going on at the party. You knew there was a bachelor party. You knew there was a stripper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because at the same night, you had a bachelorette party on the same night.
Yeah. But I didn't expect him to do anything like what happened.
What was the deal? You had an agreement about your respective strippers from the party, right? Mm-hmm. What was the deal?
Well, we had called the strippers and asked if they take their underwear off, and they said they did not, and that it's supposed to be conservative, and that the men cannot touch the women. There will be a chaperone there, which turned out to be another girl that I guess would strip too if you paid her enough money. And
and she was the chaperone.
Yeah, she was the chaperone. But as far as we were concerned, we thought it was going to be a big, beefy guy or something going to be, you know, watching over the girl. And
how upset were you when you saw the videotape? What'd you do?
I cried. I was upset.
What bothered you the most? Was it that the tape was what it was, or that he wasn't honest about it?
That he wasn't honest. I didn't care what he did. The next morning I asked him, because my brother-in-law came to the party. I was having my party at my sister's. And my brother-in-law...
both of these parties to go on.
She what?
She's the one that wanted strippers at the party.
His sister wanted me to have a stripper.
He didn't even want a stripper.
I didn't want a stripper.
What?
But his sister wanted me to have a stripper to embarrass me.
But all my friends that were at my party,
including Kenny,
were mad that they weren't getting a stripper, but their
girlfriends were going to be at my party. So to get the guys to shut up, we got them a stripper too, which they knew about and they paid for, and they picked her out. But it was no big deal. And I didn't care what happened at the party, but he didn't tell me everything that happened at the party.
What did you tell her happened?
Nothing.
I screwed up first off by asking her, did your stripper take his underwear off? And that just set her right off.
I said, no, why? And he said, oh, I was just wondering, just asking.
Now, why would you ask a question like that?
He was drunk. It was that night still. It was later on that night after the parties were done, and he probably thought, well, man, my stripper did this. I wonder if hers did, you know.
You had to get suspicious at that point. Mm-hmm. Was there anything else that made you suspicious before you saw the tape? Were you hearing things that happened?
Oh, his sister the next morning told me about how the stripper took all his clothes off down to his boxers. And my brother-in-law that night had came back from the party and came to my sister's where I was, and told us about how they were taking tequila shots off her boobs and putting whipped cream on her boobs, and they were licking them off. And I asked my brother-in-law, did Ramsey do it? And he said no. And I wasn't mad. Well, I asked Ramsey the next morning, did he do that? And I told him, if you tell me, I won't get mad. And he told me, yeah, I did that. That's the only thing he did to her, and he lied about everything she did, which I would not have got mad about her taking off her underwear, because he can't help that.
Why would you admit that if you were lying about everything else?
I know.
Because she said she wouldn't get mad.
I told him I wouldn't get mad about anything else. I told him, tell me the truth, and I promise I won't get mad. We'll just drop it right now. And he just, every day, little things came up.
How mad did you get? You actually called off the wedding.
Mm-hmm. For about 3 days, we called off the wedding. We were fighting real bad.
You had a promise with each other that the strippers would not get naked.
Yeah,
right?
Well, we didn't really promise each other. We just figured they wouldn't.
They'd do whatever you paid them to do.
Yeah, the guys made Ramsey leave the room, which this was on the videotape too. The guys made Ramsey leave the room when the strippers got there, and they paid the strippers extra to do more.
No, the strippers
Kenny, was
took
that
him
your
off
doing?
to the side, and because they didn't want him in the room when they were saying all that, and they said, the more money you give us, the more we'll do for Ramsey. So everybody pitched in.
To get them to take their underwear off and to take his clothes off.
How did you happen to see the tape? Now, you had not seen it. You were hearing these things. And
I knew about the tape, but I did not want to see it. And I knew it was going to be taped, and I just didn't want to, you know, that was like an agreement that I wouldn't want to see it. And then every day something new would come up, and then finally my sister said she had saw the tape, and she said, yeah, I saw it, it's not that bad. And I asked her, I started asking her questions, and she said, well, I don't know, you know, you're going to have to ask Ramsey about that. Because she could tell I didn't know a lot about it.
Did you
know?
finally ask to see it? You
Then,
said, I want to see the tape.
right after that, I
now,
said,
what's
I wanna
going
know the
through your
truth.
mind, Ramsey, when she says, all right, I'm going to look at the tape?
He said no.
I said no. Then I took her over there.
I told
drove
him I
over
want
there.
him to sit down and watch it with me.
The minute it came on, I got up and left.
Why?
Well, it was the minute she really started
The minute she started
dancing
taking her
and
clothes off, I left.
yeah,
Because I didn't want to sit there and watch it with her.
and I started
What
crying.
was the most incriminating thing that you did on this tape?
Everything.
He went along with everything. He went along with everything, but to me, the worst thing that he did was lick the whipped cream off her boobs. And he admitted to that. That's the one thing he admitted to, though. He didn't lie about it, and
But
I
he
didn't
also
get mad
admitted
about it.
to, what was it with the tequila? I don't
That
quite.
was tequila. Her
They'd
boobs.
put tequila and, I don't know, put salt, I don't know what.
Put salt on their boobs and
See,
lemons.
The videotape got turned off.
I
As
gotta
soon
get out
as
of the house
stripper-
more often. I don't. This is kind of strange to me.
The videotape got turned off as soon as the stripper was done basically with Ramsey, and he went back to his seat and put his clothes back on. I don't know why my brother-in-law stopped videotaping it, but he turned it off right when the stripper started going around to all the other guys. So
You never saw the rest of the tape then?
No, he was
there's
afraid
no more.
that because they were coming by the window where he was at, and he was all nervous, so he jumped down and
He was
hid behind
hiding.
the garage.
The guy that videotaped was
My brother-in-law.
your brother-in-law, and he was hiding? Did you
Yeah.
know he was taping, Ramsey? Did you know he was making the tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You
video
knew.
was also upside down.
Well, because the
'Cause-
stripper said no videotaping and no cameras, so the garage window was busted out, and we had some garbage bags up there, and he poked the hole in there, and he couldn't get the camera in there, so he had to have it upside down. So,
So I
it's filmed
watched the
upside
tape
down.
upside down.
It was filmed upside down.
What does it feel like, Christy, to see, now here's a guy that you're obviously head over heels in love with, you're about to marry him, the man of your dreams, the man in your life, on this videotape, practically naked with a naked woman.
It was shocking. It was, I don't know, it hurt my feelings that he did it, but that he went along with everything, but I could kind of understand because my party was, you know, I didn't go, I was pushing away from the guy that, at my party, the stripper, but I was.
What state of, now Ramsey, you were down to your underwear,
Yeah.
and the stripper had nothing on?
Nothing.
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 So you called off the wedding. Where did you have you had a big fight about this? Were you in the car? Mm-hmm. What happened?
Broke
Tell
his
me what
window.
happened that day.
Well, right after I saw the tape, we were driving back to your house, right?
It's my house, yeah.
And we were fighting, and so we were fighting so bad, he slammed on his brakes, got out of the car and said, just go home. And this was after I handed him the ring back and told him it's
What
over.
were you saying to him in this fight? What were you saying?
She was just yelling at me.
I was crying, I was yelling, I said I couldn't believe you could do that to me, I was in shock.
So
But
you slammed the brakes on, and
Got out of the
I stopped
car.
in the middle of the road and just got out and started walking.
told me to drive myself home.
Uh-huh.
And I just sat there in the passenger seat crying. So he got mad that I didn't drive home and leave him. So he walks back to the car, gets in the car, and the windows rolled down, slams the door, it shatters the glass inside the door, and then I'm like, take me home right now. And he wouldn't take me home. He started driving to his house, and when we get there, as soon as he stops, I get out of the car. Right then, he socks himself in the jaw because he's so mad. chips a tooth, and then I think after that he took me home.
You punched yourself in the jaw?
Yeah.
Honest?
Yeah.
And you chipped your tooth. Were you so frustrated? What were you just?
I was mad. I've never touched her. I've never touched her, but I was so mad I had to. I'd hit something. I figured it would calm me down. So.
Now this is all your reaction, which I can certainly, as a woman, understand your reaction. But Kenny, the guy who threw the party, says that she's overreacting.
Nothing really went on though. I mean, it wasn't no big deal to me. Kenny. I know the whole next step. There's a whole other part of this bachelor party. You got in trouble too with your girlfriend. She kicked you out of the house because you called up. She kicked you out because of the things that you did at the party. You called her to brag about what you were doing. She's coming out here in a minute, and you'll find out what Kenny did right after this.
Wrap yourself in softness, feel it on your skin. Ultra Downy softness, come on in, come on in.
It's a feeling made for sharing, the most fluffy softness ever.
Wrap yourself in softness, feel it on your skin. Come on in.
Come on into Ultra Downy. Come on into the most fluffy softness of any fabric softener with Ultra Downy's April freshness.
Wrap yourself in softness, come on into Downy.
Yep, it's a dull, boring morning. 65 degrees, no wind, no clouds, dull.
I heard it through the grapevine. Raised in the California sunshine. Oh, but you know I heard it through the yeah, you know I heard it 'cause I heard it through the grapevine, yeah. I heard.
Whoa. What did he have for breakfast? This morning my hair was straight. Then Bill called, so I decided to go curly. I used Wash and Curl, the curling shampoo.
Wash and Curl with special curl enhancers that work right in the shower.
Thank you, Wash and Curl.
Wash and Curl, the curling shampoo.
If you're like me when you want to lose weight, you want to lose it now, right now. Well, I just found Permathene. Nothing works faster. Nothing gives you more appetite control than Permathene.
For a limited time, you can get 50% more Permathene free.
We kill germs. We kill the germs that cause bad breath. We fight plaque above the gum line. We go on to battle the gum infection, gingivitis. When brushing and flossing, can't do it alone. Nothing takes care of a mouth. Any mouth, every mouth, your mouth. Like Listerine, antiseptic. Now you know what to do.
The things that can go wrong when you videotape or photograph a bachelor party. Wrong for the guys in this case, because Ramsey, you eventually did get married, right?
Yeah.
But your wife now, Christy, called off the wedding. She was so upset because she saw, I'm just recapping in case anyone's tuning in late, she saw a videotape of you at your bachelor party. You had a deal, you both had strippers.
Yeah.
You had, on the same night you had bachelorette parties. The deal was that they wouldn't get undressed.
Yeah.
The stripper in your case was totally naked. Mm-hmm. I asked you what you did. I mean, do you remember what you did that night?
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe you were drinking and you might have forgotten.
No, I remember.
He saw the tape too, so
Yeah.
he
You saw the tape. In case you forgot, you saw the tape. Yeah. You were in a chair on the
floor.
On the floor.
Lying down.
Lying down, wearing what?
Boxers.
And what was the stripper doing?
She was
dancing right
above me. She was on her hands and knees over me.
She was acting like she was having sex with him.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
I saw that. I saw that.
because he did so much worse than what Ramsey did. Ramsey's a good guy compared to Kenny.
Better grab your hip boots.
You, Christy, now, both the ladies are named Christy, so it's Christy L over here on the left and Christy T, but you're different spelling, same name. You got a phone call. You're at the bachelorette party with the other Christy. You got a phone call at the party from your boyfriend Kenny.
Oh yeah, he was bragging, going, "Oh babe, I was macking to the chaperone. I was licking her boobs. I took a shower with her." And he goes, when he took his shower, he said it didn't mean nothing because I had already seen her naked for 20 minutes.
Oh, come on now.
You did too. Oh,
I told you I didn't take a shower with her. I turned the water
now the story changes every time he tells it.
He did not take a shower with her.
Well, first of all, why would you call your girlfriend and say that you're doing these things with another woman?
I was drunk. I was just playing around.
He didn't wake up for 2 days after this either.
So, the things he said he was doing was...
and then he said the chaperone was on his lap because he had to help her work the radio.
The chaperone you talked about, Christy, was also another attractive young woman, and you had to be... she was on your lap because you had to help her with the radio?
I was helping her with the radio, and there was nowhere else to sit there, so she was sitting on my
But he couldn't stand.
Okay. You called up your girlfriend and said you were taking a shower with the stripper?
No, I didn't. I told her that afterwards, if you remember now. It was afterwards that I told her that, and I told her no, I was just playing though.
Now, did the shower happen, Christy? Do you think it happened?
I wouldn't doubt if he was in the bedroom with her.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
I didn't hear that part either.
He begged her for her panties, because some guy, I guess, paid the stripper $20, and he didn't get what he thought he wanted, so Kenny went and begged her for her panties for that guy.
Oh, you were asking for somebody else?
So
no,
he
he wanted her panties, so I went and asked her for her panties.
When you were younger, did the dog eat your homework a lot? You know? So you obviously, it's funny now, because you can talk about, it's still not funny to you. You kicked him out.
I didn't think it was funny.
She kicks me out weekly.
He does weekly things, that's why.
What were you the maddest about?
Bragging about it, him bragging about it.
To you?
And then he changes his story every time he tells it.
But he says things he was not in the shower with. He'll say things just to upset her. Just because he likes to see her upset. He likes to mess with her and make her mad.
You said you didn't take the shower with the stripper, but you were in there and you turned the water on for her.
Well, because the knobs on our shower were off and you had to get it with the pair of pliers.
Yeah, we lived together.
Yeah.
Why do you keep taking him back and you have to kick him out every week? Why don't you just tell him to get lost for good? I mean, he's a jerk.
This happens more than one time. I'm assuming that you've kicked him out before? Gee, I can't imagine why, yeah.
I want to know, Ramsey, right?
Yeah.
I want to know, did you do what you did because you were drunk, or were you trying to show off for your friends, or just being macho, or what? Why did you do what you did?
A, B, and C.
Everything? So the stripper was not going to do anything until you guys paid her extra, right, Kenny?
Oh, Kenny gave her all his money.
What did you pay her extra? What did you ask her to do when you paid her extra? What did you ask her to do?
Anything. They just said the more that everybody gives us, they passed around a hat or something. They said the more everybody gives them, the more they do for Ramsey.
Okay.
I think you show no respect for your future wife, and I would be degraded just with the excuses you make up for what you did. It's disgusting. I just can't believe you.
I'm sure people are watching saying, Christy with a T here, why are you still with Kenny if he lied to you or whatever?
We have a 4-month-old baby. I was 6 months pregnant when he was doing all this, too.
Oh, let's talk about the bachelorette party now.
Oh, and then, yeah, let's talk about the bachelorette party.
What's there to say?
I was 6 months pregnant,
and you was the first one up dancing with this dude hopping all over him or whatever he was doing.
Did they go naked?
We don't know if he did or not.
They made our stripper go home early. They scared him away, and so he left.
Scared him away? Didn't you? You guys
Our stripper was still there when Kenny called bragging about what he did.
They were going to come over and beat our stripper up, so he got scared and left. He didn't even get to finish.
Who threatened the stripper?
Huh?
Who threatened the stripper? Kenny did?
Oh, we were on the phone.
Actually,
and we were getting scared.
It was her brother-in-law, Jimmy, because it was his house.
It was his house, and we were having the party there. And he didn't really want us to have a stripper.
I'm assuming then the married Christy over here that your bachelor party was your bachelorette party. Nothing happened.
Nothing.
Nothing incriminating happened.
No.
Any videotapes?
There's pictures, and I was pushing away the whole time.
In the pictures.
She was.
Both his sisters were there, and I know they would, if I did anything more than that, they would tell on me. They were encouraging me to do more.
Now,
so I know that.
We have some photos from your bachelorette party. Did you know that we have them?
Yeah.
And you're saying nothing happened?
Well, not compared to what he did.
If I have your permission to show the pictures, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll show pictures of the bachelorette party and see if anything went on.
Strippers are a mainstay of bachelor parties, but guys...
You have to understand, get wise, don't take the pictures, don't take the videos.
If what he says...
And he changes the story every time he tells it.
...is different than what she sees...
His pants were down around his ankles.
The consequences could be alarming.
I was crying, I was yelling, I said I couldn't believe you could do that to me.
Bachelor parties that went too far on Jenny Jones. Bachelor parties that went too far.
His pants were down around his ankles.
On Jenny Jones.
He videotaped his bachelor party. Of course he's in trouble on the next Jenny Jones. He videotaped his bachelor party. Of course he's in trouble on the next Jenny Jones.
Celebrity exes tell all.
We were living in a log cabin. It had an outhouse out back and a pump in front.
On Jenny Jones, Monday.
Oh, there's a lot of show today.
And Jenny Jones wants you to be a part of the action. Come spend an hour with the hardest working woman in show business.
Gotta get off my feet for a second here.
Where you never know what you'll hear next.
I really married him for the sex.
I don't believe this.
To reserve your free tickets for a live taping of the Jenny Jones Show, call 312-836-9485.
I would just like to say that I think that these guys are barbarians. Why they would do this, why anybody would do this at a bachelor party, supposedly getting married in a matter of days to this woman, and he's there licking tequila off of her breasts. I mean, come on.
Have you ever been to a bachelor party?
Yes, I have been to several of them, and I've been offended.
At their bachelorette party, huh?
Well, I've been to several, and I've been very offended every time I've gone to a bachelor party.
Well, then
I see no need for bachelor parties at all.
So why do you go?
That's your opinion.
Because I was invited when
stick to your bachelorette parties.
What? What, Kenny? I didn't hear what you said.
I said if you don't want to go to a bachelor party, don't go. Stick to his bachelorette parties.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry. Well, speaking of bachelorette parties, now, you guys said nothing happened and the stripper didn't get naked and he just danced and that was the end of it?
He didn't get to finish his dance.
You're the first one up dancing with him, so what are you talking about?
I was.
Can I show a couple of pictures?
Yeah.
Here's,
what do you mean? These are no angels.
You can see them right down here. Here's a picture of the... Oh! Is that you, Christy?
No, that's not me.
That's
No.
his.
Who's that girl?
That's a friend of his family's.
And who's this girl?
The face and the crotch one.
That's a friend.
A friend of the family. I think we have another one. Let's
one
take
of my
a look.
friends.
Yep, right
there it is.
That's the same girl.
Who's that girl?
That's the first.
That's the same girl. The first picture.
I don't know.
But
Kinda
notice
looks like-
I'm not in those pictures doing that. I could have did that too, but I was
wouldn't have
pushing
took pictures
away.
that way either.
He
I was pushing
That looks
away,
an awful lot
obviously.
like your hair in that picture.
But it's not me.
It's not her.
I was pregnant. I couldn't get up on that.
I've seen the picture. It's not her.
We can only assume then that these things didn't happen with you, Christy.
No, they didn't happen.
But they still happened, so it was a little bit of a...
Exactly. What I'm saying is he went along with everything his stripper tried to do to him. I didn't. My stripper tried to do things with me too, but I was pushing away.
What?
I don't think they did anything wrong. I don't think they had sex with either one of them, so I don't think either one of them were wrong at all.
So you're saying that licking whipped cream or drinking tequila off
Well, what
of
they
her-
were doing was just as bad. It was just in a different sense.
about it.
In
I
a different
told him
sense.
everything
Okay?
I did.
story.
But
Their
it
side,
wasn't
our
us.
side, and the
I
truth.
told him
Right.
everything I did.
Wait a minute, Kenny, wait a minute.
Him not being honest that's one thing,
Kenny,
but what they
exactly,
did, I don't
that's
think
why
he did
I'm
was
mad
wrong.
about it.
Kenny
Because
just
he
said there are
wasn't
three
wrong.
sides to the story: their side, your side, and the truth.
See, but I mean, all right,
That
they
means
can
you're-
tell one story, but it may not be the truth. We can tell another story, but it may not be
And
the
we
truth.
know it's not the truth.
So, you know, who do you...
Well, maybe you are lying, but I'm telling
I
the
told
truth.
everything I did.
So,
Well, the thing is, the lady stripper at your bachelor party was naked.
Yeah.
completely
There's no question about that. And that wasn't in the plan.
I don't think it's the bachelor parties.
Oh, wait, before you talk, let me introduce you. This is Beth Ritchie, who's married to Ray Ritchie. Oh, my. Your husband had a bachelor, well, at the time you weren't married, but he had a bachelor party, and there were photographs taken.
Yeah.
The photographs were circulating. You work in the same place. They were circulating around the job.
All the
Except
bosses.
you saw some pictures, but you couldn't see some of the other ones.
Right. I mean, it's not the bachelor parties so much that we're talking about. It's the people around you and your friends and your family that feed the fire. You have to understand, get wise, don't take the pictures, don't take the videos. And people, it's none of your business. You don't live in that house, you don't have to be there. No, it's the truth.
What are you saying? Are you saying it's okay to do whatever you want?
I'm not condoning, and it's not my place to judge other people's morality, but the problem that Ray and I had is that we worked with other people, and it was other people who took these pictures and said, ha ha ha, look what Ray did trying to get him in trouble.
You kicked him out of the house.
No, I mean, I didn't kick him out.
You threw plates at him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I was 19 years old. This was 6 years ago, and I was naive. And people were feeding me stuff saying, he's a terrible person. This man is not a terrible person. This man stood by me through thick and thin. Had I listened to those people that said, don't get married a week before the wedding.
What was in the pictures? What did you see in those pictures?
He was naked, totally. She was naked. His pants were down around his ankles,
yeah.
and so he considers his clothes were still on. But he had, but he had no underwear or anything on, and she was naked, and they were opposite.
So why are you defending him then?
I'm not defending him. What I'm saying is that things wouldn't get out of hand if other people would just stop feeding the fire. Yep. If you don't live in that house, you don't see what that other person sees. This person would have not done. Ray is a very mild-mannered, laid-back person. He would have not done a lot of things.
I think she's totally wrong. I think bachelor parties should be man, no, if you're going to get married, be faithful, no bachelor parties. I think she's wrong.
It's just like a bridal shower.
What can about one incident? You don't know us as a person, so you can't judge us.
Oh, but bachelor parties are one incident. They're a once in a lifetime thing, but they have caused. We have another story coming later in the show. The guy lost his fiancée. She left him forever. He lost the woman he loved and wanted to spend the rest of his life with because of that.
What other elements?
What else?
What else caused that? It wasn't we were back there with him. It wasn't just that one thing. There was other elements.
Wait a minute. You told me before the show in the green room. Now I said, why did you still get married if you were so upset? You threw things at him. You threw plates at his head.
Oh yeah.
You kicked him out.
Mad.
And I asked you why you got married then, and what did you say? Now tell me.
I said because the invitations were out and I had my wedding dress. I mean, it was an economical thing, but you know, no, seriously. My father, I'm the only child, I'm his baby. He came to me and he said, Beth, he said, don't just look, he was very serious. Everybody else was, throw him out, throw the plates at his head, kill him.
We have a picture of your mild-mannered husband at his bachelor party. Can we show that photo? We kind of fuzzed out a little part of the photo, but there he is, hugging this lady's posterior.
That's a good picture.
And that's one of the ones that we could show.
Right.
You told me before the show you couldn't bring most of the pictures because they weren't even showable.
That's right.
All right.
I can agree that a lot of times friends and family tend to blow things out of proportion, but if it wasn't for people getting it back to you, it doesn't take shining any light on the fact of what they do there. You can't say just because someone says it.
I also think that you have to figure everything else in. Yes, I was mad at him. Yes, it is disgusting. But I mean, you know, that's it. Now he knows. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I'm very energetic. I do tons of things. He really did. I don't think he thought that he would hurt me, but it did. And that's what you have to understand.
It wasn't my intention.
It wasn't his intention to hurt me. It wasn't.
But it was the way you did it, though. You both work at the same place. There's pictures floating around, and people are saying, "Oh, here she comes. Put the pictures away." And you can see that.
That's right. Yeah. That's why I got mad.
I think for the first couple, Jenny, Christy, and Ramsey, is, you know, the bachelor party is like the end of a person's flirtation, and he's going to spend the rest of his life with you with love. So you should just let him have that one night of just fun and pleasure with his friends.
I'm his girlfriend, and we've been together for 5 years, and we plan on getting married soon. And at his bachelorette party, if he does the thing that Ramsey and Kenny did, I would kill him.
A revolutionary TV offer. Introducing the Universal Remote from TV Guide. It's got a feature no other remote has. It's free. Free with a paid subscription to TV Guide. This 3-in-1 remote's free and gives you the power to control it all. Your TV, cable, and VCR. It's perfect for those who have lost a remote or are tired of fumbling around with many remotes.
I want one.
Beautifully designed by Memorex with big buttons and a sleek comfort grip. It's easy for a child to operate and works with virtually any TV in the house. This all-in-one remote is free when you subscribe to the All-in-One Magazine TV Guide. With comprehensive listings, you'll see what's best for you and your family. See what's hot and what's not. Discover a world of fun and games, soaps, sports, sitcoms, and movies. Call now. Get 68 issues, including TV Guide special issues for 4 easy installments of $14.99 each. Use your credit card today. Get Universal Remote absolutely free. Put the world of TV at your fingertips. Call now.
Before you pull it over, slip it on, zip it up, Caress. It's the moisturizing body bar. Caress helps skin retain moisture, leaves it softer than soap. Before you tie it up or wrap it round, before you dress, Caress.
Where will you be when your laxative starts working? Where will you be? With Fleet brand glycerin suppositories, there's no worry. Fleet works when you want it to, in minutes. For fast, predictable relief, trust Fleet. It's predictable.
Is your fiancé's ex-lover trying to sabotage your wedding plans? Or are you angry because your fiancé's ex deliberately tried to ruin your wedding day? If you're upset because your fiancé's ex-lover is trying to interfere with your wedding, call 312-836-9445.
Women who say their beauty is a curse.
Because of looking beautiful, you had to go to counseling?
On Jenny Jones, Tuesday.
Talking to Beth Ritchie and her husband now, Ray, of how many? You've been married now 6 years.
Yeah.
This bachelor party was like 6 years ago. Sure.
I was the same way they were. Okay, I'm not defending bachelor parties. I was the exact same way these girls were. I was hysterical, throwing plates, upset, hurt. I was hurt. That was where I was too. It's taken me 6 years to get here though. And it still does fire me up when I look at the pictures. Today
where did you find the pictures, the incriminating pictures? Where did you find them?
In one of his other employees, the guys he works with, desk. I mean, they would show the pictures while they were at, this was like a week before my wedding, and they would show the pictures, and I thought he was going to be Mr. Honesty, you know, tell me everything, I didn't do nothing, dear. And there was these pictures that they kept showing around the office that I couldn't see. And I didn't, if he had shown me everything, then why were they doing that? So I went.
Well, then how do you feel about the fact that he was lying to you?
That's the biggest thing. That was the big L, the lie. I was raised, you know, don't lie. My dad didn't like that, and that's why I was mad, because he lied.
Go ahead. How long have Christy and Ramsey been married?
Since July. So, what, 6
Just
months?
a few months. Why, if this bugs you so bad, did you even get married then? Or let it go on, live your life, drop it. It happens then. I mean, why keep making a big deal about it?
And I love him. That's why I got married. I love him.
Keep throwing it up, Juan. If you keep throwing it up, you're never going to be happy.
What?
She says if you keep, because you do fight about this. Every time it comes up, you still fight about it.
It doesn't come up that often because people know not to bring it up. And the main reason why I get mad is because he lied. It wasn't what I expected him to do. And if I'm going to find out he's going to do it, then I'd rather find out before I get married.
Do you trust him now?
Yes, I do.
Completely?
Yes. Yes, I do.
What are you laughing at, Kenny?
You're looking at me now.
Well, because my next question is, Christy, do you trust, how long have you guys been together, you and Kenny?
2.5 years.
And you trust him?
I trust Ramsey more than I trust him.
Oh, my. Yeah, what do you want to say right here? Go ahead.
If he showed this type of behavior before they got married, there's no telling what he would do since they've been married.
I work 10 hours a night. I come home and I sleep all day long. I go back to work that night. That's all I do.
I'm assuming that if you could do this over again, you would not have had the same kind of
I didn't want a stripper in the first place.
I was the one that got him a stripper, so I almost feel like, you know, no, it's not my fault. I didn't make him do what he did.
What'd you want to say?
It's directed to Chrissy. I think you deserve everything you got because you're the one that planned everything. Ramsey didn't even want a stripper to begin with, and you forced it on him.
I didn't force anything.
She told me that we wouldn't even have a party if I didn't have a stripper because
Ray, would you do the same thing over again? Do you have any regrets about?
No, I have none at all. I would just make sure that there was no pictures or no videotape.
There were.
It was just good, clean, honest fun.
No,
I mean,
would you have gone as far? If you knew it was going to hurt me?
No, not if it was going to hurt you. No, of course not.
Well, that's what she's asking you.
But if there was no pictures or no videotape.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Beth says. Beth said that there were pictures of you in unusual positions.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what those were?
He was laying down, and it was a, I don't know, 69 position. Like, I don't know if you can. And neither of them had any clothes on, and I don't know what happened. I don't even know.
No, nothing happened. It was just the camera angle was very bad.
So you're saying nothing bad happened,
No,
and you could do it all over again, and you would do it again?
Well, I mean, I'd still enjoy my bachelor party.
What was going through your mind when you saw a plate coming at your head?
Duck.
You couldn't have been surprised she was mad at you.
I knew she was very mad at me. She has a hot temper sometimes. So I knew I hurt her, and I really felt bad for it. I still feel bad for hurting her feelings. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings, but as it turned out, that's what happened.
I do think there's a lesson to be learned here today. We have the videotape we showed you at the top of the show. We will show you the rest of the tape, as much of it as we can show, because that's the videotape that cost our next guest his fiancée. She left him for good after seeing. Can we show it now? Okay, here it is. Here's the tape. Be right back.
Wrap yourself in softness, feel it on your skin. Ultra Downy softness. Come on in, come on in.
It's a feeling made for sharing. The most fluffy softness ever.
Wrap yourself in softness, feel it on your skin. Come on in.
Come on into Ultra Downy. Come on into the most fluffy softness of any fabric softener with Ultra Downy's April freshness.
Wrap yourself in softness. Come on into Downy.
Yep, it's a dull, boring morning. 65 degrees. No wind. No clouds. Dull.
Yeah, I heard it through the grapevine. Raised in the California sunshine. Oh, but you know I heard it through the yeah, you know I heard it 'cause I heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, I heard.
Whoa! What did he have for breakfast? This morning my hair was straight. Then Bill called, so I decided to go curly. I used Wash and Curl, the curling shampoo.
Wash and Curl with special curl enhancers that work right in the shower.
Thank you, Wash and Curl.
Wash and Curl, the curling shampoo.
If you're like me when you want to lose weight, you want to lose it now, right now. Well, I just found Permathene. Nothing works faster. Nothing gives you more appetite control than Permathene.
For a limited time, you can get 50% more Permathene free.
We kill germs. We kill the germs that cause bad breath. We fight plaque above the gum line. We go on to battle the gum infection, gingivitis. When brushing and flossing can't do it alone, nothing takes care of a mouth. Any mouth, every mouth, your mouth, like Listerine antiseptic. Now, you know what to do.
Celebrity X's Tell All.
We were living in a log cabin that had an outhouse out back and a pump in front.
On Jenny Jones, Monday.
You want to talk to Ray?
I would like to talk to all of them. The first couple, I think, is okay with it now. I do feel Ramsey was more or less peer pressure shoved into it. He says he didn't want one. I think they're okay. I think Kenny is Mr. Attitude. I don't think he needs Christy because I think he's in love with himself. Okay. So I don't think he needs Christy at all because he loves himself enough. The next couple...
You need to sit down and shut up
can
because
tell
you don't
that.
know what you're talking
the
about.
attitude that's written across the forehead. The next couple, he thinks good, clean fun is without the clothing. How would he like it if his wife had done the same thing? You seem to think it's justified because there was no videos.
You think
or
there's a double
pictures.
standard?
Oh, definitely.
Huh?
Most definitely.
Okay, Ray, let's put it the other way. Let's just say that she had a bachelorette party and you saw pictures of her
Naked.
Pants at the well, naked essentially, with a well. Don't say that. Don't say that. With a male stripper, would you have been would you still have married her like she still married you?
I would have probably still married her, but I would have been upset just like she was. I mean, it goes both ways. I wish he would have had a stripper. It would have took some of the heat off of me.
Huh? Who else? Yes, sir.
I think bachelor parties are fine as long as you draw the line somewhere.
Right.
And that would
my wife has had strippers, but there's no touching or she doesn't take her clothes off. And Kenny, you need to grow up.
What did you do to alienate people so much? I'm not sure I even know why everybody's so hostile towards Kenny. I'm sorry, I don't want you to feel insulted by being up here, but I guess you know what it is, because you don't seem I guess you don't seem very apologetic, because you did have the party and you did pay the stripper to do more, and you don't seem to.
It ain't like we went off and humped on these strippers or something. We had a little bit of fun. Big deal. I mean, it ain't like we did something real wrong.
Okay. You could, but what happened? What would happen if, Christy, you had left Ramsey and wouldn't marry him? Then, Kenny, would you feel bad?
No.
Because it could happen. It happened to this guy here.
Yeah,
this
but they're the ones that set the party up. Now, if he did something, why would I feel bad? I mean, I didn't make him do anything.
You paid the stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go that extra mile.
Here, this is what happened to, this is Dennis Morrison. He was videotaped with a stripper at a bachelor party by his friend Dale Pisano, who was sitting here. Pisano?
You got it.
Pisano. After the party, his other friend, Chris Pierce, showed the tape to Dennis's fiancée. Well, friend, but what was so incriminating on this tape?
I don't think it was the incrimination part. I think it was just the fact that I had betrayed her trust, and she was really hurt. I felt really bad about it.
We saw the tape. I mean, it was...
Well, yeah, I did it.
We couldn't show the whole thing, but after we stopped this tape, what did you do with the stripper?
Not much. It was pretty much, that was almost at the end of the show.
No, it wasn't.
It's been a long time since I've seen this tape.
What did you
Honestly,
do? There was some touching involved, and just tell us what it was and we'll
just the basic stuff that the guys do. You know, they come up and they rub into you, and you know, you grab legs and stuff like that. There was nothing. There was no taking them to bed or any of that type of thing.
You bent down and did what?
I don't really know, to tell you the truth, what I've been down to do, Chris.
Oh, maybe Chris, you know.
Yeah.
They just got through seeing it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Nibbled on her chest a little bit, you might say.
All right, that's close enough.
It was only a couple seconds.
I'm talking about there was some very sexual kind of activity on this tape. So how did she happen to see it? You showed it to her?
Yeah, well, I forgot about Dennis doing that, and she wanted to know what was, what happened at bachelor parties. So I'm like, it wasn't his bachelor party. It was
someone else's bachelor party, but you happened to be there, right?
So I totally forgot that.
You were thinking, it's the other guy's party, and not even thinking that he was doing this.
Yeah, I totally forgot, and then it kind of went on, and her eyes got about this big, and I went, I gotta go upstairs. I'll be right back. And
who made the videotape, Dale?
Yeah.
And the worst part was me and him plotted how to make it, because the stripper doesn't want you doing it, so he hid outside in the bushes and kind of popped up.
The front window.
So the stripper didn't know, but you knew the tape was being made. You guys all
if you
knew.
watch it, I actually opened the window so you can get a better picture.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Never suspecting that your fiancée was going to see it, and her reaction was what?
Just really hurt and disgust.
And she's gone.
Yeah, that wasn't the whole reason she left, but it was a definite big nail in the coffin.
Do you feel well, after this break, I just want one more question to you is, are you upset at all with your friends for A, making the tape, and B, for showing it to your fiancé? We'll take a break and be back.
A revolutionary TV offer. Introducing the Universal Remote from TV Guide. It's got a feature no other remote has. It's free. Free with a paid subscription to TV Guide. This 3-in-1 remote's free and gives you the power to control it all. Your TV, cable, and VCR. It's perfect for those who have lost a remote or are tired of fumbling around with many remotes.
I want one.
Beautifully designed by Memorex with big buttons and a sleek comfort grip. It's easy for a child to operate and works with virtually any TV in the house. This all-in-one remote is free when you subscribe to the All-in-One magazine TV Guide. With comprehensive listings, you'll see what's best for you and your family. See what's hot and what's not. Discover a world of fun and games, soaps, sports, sitcoms, and movies. Call now. Get 68 issues, including TV Guide special issues for 4 easy installments of $14.99 each. Use your credit card today. Get Universal Remote absolutely free. Put the world of TV at your fingertips. Call now.
Before you pull it over, slip it on, zip it up. Caress. It's the moisturizing body bar. Caress helps skin retain moisture, leaves it softer than soap. Before you tie it up or wrap it round, before you dress, Caress.
Where will you be when your laxative starts working? Where will you be? With Fleet brand glycerin suppositories, there's no worry. Fleet works when you want it to, in minutes. For fast, predictable relief, trust Fleet. It's predictable.